Okay, so we discuss what is the what is your system configuration, what kind of answer we have to tell. Okay, next, what is how to check system configuration? MS Info 32 DX Diag Task Manager. You can search and find about your PC, or you can go to settings and system about also you will get find it, or you can go to BIOS settings. You can use third party tools also, that is also available. We have seen how to go to about your operating system name and their version, your system type 32-bit or 64-bit processor, and also you can find your installed RAM in it. And the same thing, if you go to components and storage disk, you can find what is your disk size also, and the partition information also you will get it. Another one is DX diag. So here also you can find some information about your operating system and your processor and your memory, plus your graphics related information also you will get it. There are so many messages. Okay, right. So what is your graphic card? What is your graphic memory? So the middle one, display memory VRAM, that is a 2 GB graphics. Okay, next one is you can use task manager to get to know your system configuration. What is a task manager? It is okay, so you can right click on bar, or you can go to search and type task manager, or you can go to run or a command prompt. So if you type task mgr, then task manager will open. Otherwise put a alt control delete, then there is you can find a task manager. Okay. The next one is in the task manager. First is go to performance, select CPU. There you can find your CPU information, Intel or AMD processor, i3 processor. Okay, and then go to how many cores of processor it is, how many logical processors are in there. So virtualization is enabled or not. Okay, L3 cache memory. Okay, even the cache memory is also important. More the cache memory, better you will speed up your system. Next one is how to check the memory, means RAM. So I have a 12 GB RAM DDR3 model. So if you check it in your laptops, DDR4, very latest laptop DDR5 is also there. Okay, so your total memory and 12 GB RAM DDR3 available memory is sometimes important to check it. And of course disk and graphic cards, your Wi-Fi kind of stuff also you can do it. So this is we are discussed yesterday. So today, so
Sir,
we are going to, yeah, tell me.
so I have a question. Like, to open the run command, we used to press Windows plus R. So, is there any kind of shortcut key to open the command file?
Command prompt.
Command prompt. Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is same. So you can go to run. You go to run. Type CMD command prompt. So otherwise, just press Windows button. Type CMD, because it's Windows 10, Windows 11. So when you press the Windows button, so if you type, automatically understand it is we have to search. This is command.
That means we have to search. There is no shortcut keys for command file.
Maybe it is there. I don't do that one usually.
Sir, actually, I had a question.
Yeah, tell me, tell me.
Sir, yesterday you have told about virtualization. So can
Yes.
you repeat it? I was not able to get that time.
Okay, okay, I will tell. So here I have a Windows 10. I have a Windows 10 PC. This is my laptop. Now, usually I give training for both HCL and CTS, mostly CTS. Now, recently, continuously, I'm taking HCL. Okay. So earlier it is only part time, but it is now full time HCL batches only I'm getting. Of course, I'm not using these virtual machines for your batch because no practical two-way session is not there. Okay. I can show you practical, but you cannot do it because your system has limits. But I have a class that is a Linux class. Think like this, just I am telling my scenario. I have a class that is a Linux class I have to teach from Monday onwards. This is my Windows 10, right? So how to do Linux kind of stuff, how to show how to install a Linux operating system, how to do one Linux command, how to use two Linux's requirement for a Linux administration means two Linux machines required for certain practicals. Then what I have to do? First of all, I'll buy one more computer. Okay. Then I will install Linux operating system in it. Okay, Linux OS I have to install. Then I will show how to install Linux while installing. Okay, I have to put one camera in front of it and one mobile phone or a camera. So I have what I'm doing. So I have to shoot and live streaming. I have to do it, right? So this is one Linux machine is set. So but I have to purchase one machine, then install and set up, then it is completed. Next, the Linux administration starts. After 3 days of Linux basics completed, Linux administrator starts. So for that one, I need minimum two machines. This is the first Linux, this is the second Linux. Two machines I have to purchase. Then two both are we have to do setup. I have to keep turning my camera between first Linux to second Linux while I'm doing all the commands. Or at least two machines are required. Okay. Understand this scenario, basic scenario. Understand what I need.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I am using an application. The application name is currently mostly I use this one only, VMware Workstation. Or I use a Oracle VirtualBox. VirtualBox. Otherwise, I use Oracle VirtualBox application. Using this application, I will create a virtual machine inside. I will create a virtual machine inside. In this virtual machine, I will install Linux OS, operating system. Now, if I share my Windows 10 screen, then the Linux machine is also visible, right? And this
Yes,
is
sir.
running here. Okay. So no need to buy new hardware. No need to buy new hardware, new machine, no hardware installation not required here. I got Linux machine as a virtual machine here. So I'm using it. After basics completed, administration started. Then what I will do, I'll create another virtual machine and I will install a Linux here. Okay, so virtually also we can able to make it possible to communicate each other. Means this Linux to this Linux, we can make a communication using virtual network connection is there by default with these applications. Now, two machines I am running in the same single physical machine only. Okay. So, without purchasing new hardware, new hard disk, new motherboard, new processor, new monitors, so my work is completed. Of course, to do that one, you need a powerful CPU, high RAM capacity, and hard disk space also required. Okay, these are required. Once you have your physical machine having, like I have a i5 processor, 12 GB RAM, disk space like a 500 GB hard disk space is there. I have it, so I can use it. If I have a only 4 GB RAM, I may not able to do two virtual machines. One I will manage, but two I cannot able to do it. But this one I have completed. Okay. So I shut down these two machines. I'm not using this. While I'm not using these virtual machines, it won't consume your CPU and RAM. Okay. If you don't open application, you won't open, right? Same way, if you are not using these virtual machines, you can keep it. You shut down and keep it aside. How it is?
So it means multiple operating system run at the single time, right?
Yes.
Also
Multiple
including
guest
Windows.
operating systems in single physical machine, and also you can run at a time if hardware supports. Here we will get another plan. One is Windows servers, we have to install one machine. Another one is you have to install client machine. Means this is a Windows 10 as a client, Windows Server 2016 or 19 as a Windows Server. See, I shut down these two Linux machine. So next lab is my server and client. So they will communicate each other through virtual VMnet one kind of virtual network. So they can able to do it.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
sir, what is the difference client voice and server voice?
What is?
What is difference between client voice and server voice?
Very good, very good. I have a Windows 10 operating system. We are all having Windows 10 or 11. What we can able to do with Windows 10, you're accessing websites, different type of websites. Okay,
Yes.
and we play games, we install applications, we do programming inside, right? So this is
Yes.
the client side operating system. You can do whatever you want to do, like you want to access a website, you want to stream a video, you want to play a video, okay, you want to play music, okay, or you want to do Photoshop kind of stuff. We can do everything. Okay. But in a server side, we don't do all these things. Server side purpose, server operating system purpose is to provide a service, different type of services, like a DHCP server, DNS server.
Yes, sir.
We are getting web access, right? Web server, file server, mail servers. These are all a server. So with server operating system, we can enable some services in it, or by installing some applications, it is able to provide a service. Okay. So that facilities are there. Those facilities, those default options, okay, won't be available in our client operating systems. Okay, guys. So anyway,
Virtual machine is also used in the Google Cloud, I think so.
yes, right. In a cloud, for example, I said I have a 12 GB RAM. So I'm creating virtual machine in my physical machine for our lab. Okay, I have Wi-Fi processor, 2 core 4 threads processor it is, 12 GB RAM, 500 GB hard disk space. Okay, now I don't have, but 500 GB hard disk space, for example. So I'm creating in my physical machine, showing or working, using. Okay, I use it for so many different types, like different scenarios, including I implement in DevOps in virtual machines only, SCVMM, SCCM, okay, mail servers, so
Okay.
many things I have done in my machine. If in case my machine is not much having that hardware or my physical hardware is not supporting, what I have to do? Go to cloud. So you cannot buy new hardware and your physical hardware is not supporting that much as per your requirement. So you should go to the cloud, like a Google Cloud, Azure Cloud, okay, Amazon Cloud. Names only different, but we will create a virtual machines. What type? Like you want a Windows Server machine, 2019, or you want a Linux
With the
machine? You can create
with the help of shell scripting.
with the help of,
Shell scripting.
yeah, you can use script or you can directly use direct access. No problem. YAML scripting, Botos scripting, that is. In case your
Mm.
cloud is AWS, these virtual machines are nothing but a EC2 instance. You are
Yes, sir.
using Azure cloud, then it is a virtual machine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like only names are different, but it is a virtual
Mm.
machine.
Okay, sir.
Again, anyway, your physical machine, my physical machine having Windows 10. Okay, so that is called a host OS. Main OS, host OS is your main machine operating system is host OS. Physical machine OS is host OS. Virtual machine contains a OS, right? Here it is Linux, server, Windows Server. This is Windows 10. So these OSs we call it as a guest OS. So when is okay,
Excuse me, sir. Sir,
that is
what is the use of hypervisor?
very good. So it is a virtualization class today, but it is very interesting. Guys, do not think someone is asking question, I'm clarifying his answer only. This is for everyone. These are all terminologies, are very good terminologies, very useful
Yes, sir.
terminologies. Okay, hypervisor. Hypervisor is a platform which provide a like a hypervisor is a virtualization platform. Easy to word say it is a virtualization platform.
Sir, like VMware, right?
Yes, but don't say VMware.
Okay.
Why? VMware is an organization, like a Microsoft is an organization. If I said I'm using Microsoft 10, no, right? It is a Windows 10 operating system. Okay, Windows 10, Windows Server, not server, again Windows Server operating system. Okay, so Microsoft is an organization. From Microsoft, different products are there, right? MySQL, Microsoft SQL, not MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, Microsoft Windows 10, Microsoft Windows Server 2019, Microsoft Windows 11, Microsoft Office. Like a VMware is also company organization. From VMware, different type of products are there. One of the product is workstation. It is nothing but an application. It is a hypervisor application. Hypervisor application means Hypervisor is virtualization platform. How you get a virtualization platform? By installing that application. Through that application only we are getting. So these are all VMware Workstation, Oracle VM VirtualBox. These are all hypervisor applications. Hypervisor applications. And
So
other
means, so on that workstation, then we can install different operating system and we can create a virtual network over there.
yes, we can create. There is a virtual network is there and virtual machines. Install. You can install any means different type of operating systems in the virtual machines also.
So can you
Hyper,
help me with like how we can create a virtual network so that the different operating system can connect to each other, can respond and can request a service?
it is there because we are, it become very lengthy now. That's why. So
Okay,
see,
sir.
look at this is the VMware Workstation. Okay. This is my VMware Workstation, and also I'm going to my control not required ncpa.cpl. Okay, this is my physical Wi-Fi network. This is my wide physical adapter. This is VMnet 1 is a virtual adapter. It is a virtual adapter. VMware Virtual Ethernet adapter. It is a virtual adapter. This is also a virtual adapter. It's not physically available. This is also a virtual adapter. Okay. Virtual bridges. Also concept is there, no? Bridges kind of concept is there. And switches, virtual switches kind of stuff. See, this is my Windows 10 operating system I installed for a services bash. So this is network adapter. So this is the virtual machine. This is a network adapter. This network adapter connected to VMnet 0. Okay. So like this, if you connect it to VMnet 1, I will show you one example. This is server and this is a Windows 10 client. So both are, this is VMnet 1, this is also VMnet 1. So both are connected to VMnet 1, means both are in a some host only type connector. It means this WinS1 and that WinC1 both will communicate each other through this VMnet 1. So virtually no disturbance for our physical network. They will communicate each other. Our physical NIC, physical adapter, not involved in their communication. It is a defined in a software wise. Originally says software defined or virtual representation of network, servers, storages, applications. Okay, applications called a virtualization. That is a definition actually. That is, it is software defined or virtual representation of something like a server or maybe a machine or maybe an application like a virtual machine, or maybe it is an application. It can be a storage. Can be a network. Okay, it is a virtual representation of something or a software defined is a virtualization concept. Yeah, original your question, I actually we jumped from there. So your original question is yesterday I told about a CPU when we discussing about a CPU. So I showed virtualization is enabled. If it is showing enabled, then only we can able to create virtual machines or a 64-bit virtual machines, 64-bit voices, 64-bit machines, 64-bit voice we can able to install. only 64 or 32-bit. Anything we can install if your VTX or a virtualization is enabled. If virtualization technology is enabled, then only we can able to create 32-bit virtual machines and install 32-bit operating systems and 32-bit 64-bit virtual machines you can create it. Inside you can install 64-bit operating system. You may get a doubt. So how we can able to install OS, guys? Yeah, you have to download a operating system in your physical machine as a ISO image file, or if you have a DVD drive, so you can connect your DVD drive, insert your DVD disk. So like you have a normal physical desktop or laptop, how you install operating system? You need a OS media is required, OS DVD or a pen drive is required to install it. In this case, okay, in this case, the pen drives won't support, pen drive support, but not voice installation, not much. It is lot of confusion is there. Okay, lot of options are there. Okay, so better is either you have a physical DVDs, you can access from it. So another one is, but not always good choice, but you can download Windows operating system or Linux operating system as a voice image files. So like this .isO files. These are the Windows servers. This is Windows 10s. This is also Windows Server 2016. This is a CentOS Linux operating system. Red Hat operating system, Unix operating system, Solaris 11. This is a Windows 10, but it is old edition. It is a new edition, Windows 10 evolution version. This is Gen Server. This is VMware vSphere server. Unnecessarily I double click. We should not do that one. A lot of things are there. I told very less here. Okay. So I created a virtual machines a lot. Those virtual machines are stored in this place. These are all my virtual machines. Not this. This is actually a folders also there here. You can see this is empty. 7 new one, new set is there, no? So see this. These are all three. These three are my virtual machines for CTS 16 batches. Okay, so did you got the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, ncpa.cpl, it's a command to open control panel.
ncpa.cpl directly opens network connections.
Okay, sir.
I have showed a virtualization concept that is type 2 virtualization. So I showed a type 2 virtualization. Okay, there is a type 1 virtualization, server virtualization is also there. So guys, hypervisors are virtualization platform. This is also hypervisor. It is hypervisor application. But direct hypervisors are there. Hyper-V, KVM. Hyper-V is a Microsoft one. KVM and QEMV, it is a Linux based one. Okay, and not only this, there is so many are there like a Proxmox providing virtualization environment, vSphere, it is a Microsoft product, Xen server from Citrix. These are all different virtual hypervisors are there. Some are included. Okay, that's enough. Why we put a more trust on other people. Okay. So why this virtualization is showing enabled means, yeah, it is enabled. I enable in the BIOS. Okay, it is option is there. So this CPU support 64-bit virtualization. My processor is 64-bit and virtualization is enabled means it supports 64-bit. Virtualization means 64-bit guest operating systems we can run. We can run both 32-bit and as well as a 64-bit virtual machines in this PC.
Hello.
Tell me.
Sir, I have uh, if session using Windows 11, how many
What happened?
virtual box I- if one system has a Windows 11 software OS as a physical OS as a main, and then how can we proceed further in the virtual box or in that create a virtual platform for installing other OS?
Actually, I didn't completely understand, but you ask Windows 11 and VirtualBox.
Yes, sir. I will repeat it again. If a particular system, has an OS of main OS of Windows 11, then
Okay.
how how can particular
When it is stopped. This is my VirtualBox. That is my VMware. See it is. In this one, I installed Linux for my DevOps practical, but I only install Git and Docker only. Okay. Just I'm waiting for install other things. I'm not able to do it. So go to new, give the your virtual machine name. For example, it is my virtual machine or my VM. Any my VM Windows 10. Okay. Select which operating system you want to Windows, Linux, or which one. So I want to install Windows, and which operating system you want to install 10 or 11 or 2019 or 2016. You have to choose it. I want to install a Windows 10 only. How much RAM you required? That is, it is showing to install this Windows 10. Minimum 2 GB RAM is required, and also you have to verify. Also, you have to verify memory. Check the availability of RAM. Your availability is, my availability is 3.6 now. My availability of RAM is 3.6. It means I can give 2 GB, no problem. If you click on create, virtual machine will be created. But you can see the remaining options. Where to store the virtual box data. So you can use default location, or you can, I will choose my customized location like this. H drive. Yeah, first one only fault one. So I have to go back once. Yeah, this one. This is you have to choose some good place. Okay, no problem. This is also good. Okay, I'm showing normally. So machine is created. Then go to settings. So tell where is your operating system, or if you want to change any settings, you can do it. So this is storage. This is hard disk. This empty one, we can put a one DVD. Is it a live DVD? Means direct CD DVD you are putting, or you want to put a image file. Okay, can you see this is choose or create a virtual optical disk. This is choose a disk file. So I'm selecting my Windows 10 from this list like this. Okay, I want to choose a network. I want to choose a bridged adapter. So adapter will be bridged to there. So if I click start, then voice installation will start automatically. Then I have to give options. While what are the steps you do to install operating system, we do that one, and I will get ready with the Windows 10 virtual machine here. Okay. Of course, I'm not doing, just I'm removing. When I'm removing, delete all files. So this virtual machine and their files related things will be deleted. Okay. If in case I don't want this virtual machine anywhere, it is already fully configured one. If I don't want it, I can delete completely from my PC. Because it's virtual machine, it is a virtual representation or a software defined machine it is. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes if you are unable to tell, then 32-bit 64 differences, but our part is not completed, guys. But that is a good question, and I hope you are understanding. System configuration part not completed. Okay. So I'm going
Sir,
to, yeah, tell me.
sir, till now, whatever you have discussed, sir, do you have completed those topics yesterday?
In this list, what are there? I completed that one. Only how to check system. I yesterday we discussed only what are the things
How
we
to
are going
check?
to learn and how
Yeah.
to practice and different find out questions, common general
Hmm.
questions. You can
Hmm.
list out all these common questions. Mainly how to check your system configuration and what is your system configuration we discussed yesterday.
Yes, sir. So, where are these questions arising from?
Question.
Sir, why are they asking these kinds of questions?
If you don't know the basics, what is your system? If you don't know means what you know, right?
Sir, yes, I am saying like that you have taught yesterday how to check the system configuration.
Yes.
You have taught upward like there. So so whatever questions they have asked, that was not related to the thing that you have taught yesterday, right?
Yesterday we discussed how to check system configuration.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. Today that is I'm continuing. Okay, but I got a question. So the part is what is virtualization enabled? What is the use of that one? Anyway, it is a part of same topic only, and that is also important point. Okay. So, in while you are checking your system configuration, nowadays most of the PCs are 64-bit PCs. Okay, so they must have, if you are buying a laptop or a desktop, compulsory check virtualization is enabled or not. Your processor must have a virtualization technology built inside. Because of because of in future you want to do anything in as a practical, like you want to learn Linux, Windows servers, or you want to learn any software technologies, instead of implementing, yeah, that is a very good question. Instead of implementing in your physical machine, you can keep it in your virtual machine. For example, I want to install a Jenkins application. I have a doubt, is it going to make a problem for my physical machine? So what I will do? Again, another batch people also require to know how to install Jenkins, right? For every batch I have to show. So for one batch I showed, another batch I already installed, then it is difficult. Sometimes I got big problem with this Python. Okay, because I already installed a Python, so why should I install a Python again, right? So what I will do, I will better for my practice purpose or class purpose, I do virtual machines. Okay, so for my purpose or maybe for industry purpose also, here must be compatible to create and install a operating system. You know, some people watch some YouTube video, some randomly they install a VMware Workstation or virtual box, and they will create a virtual machine. While installing operating system, it will throw an error. What is that? VTX or AMDV is not enabled at your BIOS. And people will take your photos and send it to me. Sir, what happened? What is this error and all? The point is, your virtualization technology is not enabled. So that much story is there. Okay. So that's why better to check first before you go to any virtualization related. So better to check in your task manager this virtualization technology, virtualization enabled or not. If it is not enabled, it is disabled, then go to your BIOS settings and go to that particular option and change it. If you don't find it, check your processor, type the processor in the Google. If it is a Intel, you will get a Intel website support directly, and there you can check whether virtualization technology is there in built-in processor or not. Okay, like one day I want to take a laptop, so there is a one unused laptop is there in Pune office. Then I have taken it, I format completely, everything is done, and I went to this virtualization technology part. It is not configured. Not, it is not a disabled mode. It is unconfigured mode. Means in that processor, the processor is 64-bit, but no virtualization technology inside. Then I have to leave like that because of all my virtual machines compulsory 64-bit. That much study is there. Again, 10 more minutes. Okay. Yes, we'll complete this small part. Okay, remaining part of this how to check system configuration, please. Then we'll go to the next topic. Okay. So up to last class, we have seen how to check system configuration. What is your system configuration kind of stuff. One or two points also there, right? So you can go to settings, system, about. Then this is my system configuration. Yeah, we've taken a screenshot from here only, right? See, it is your processor, okay, your processor, your RAM, your operating system. So these are the main things, and 32-bit or 64-bit. 32-bit or a 64-bit. Go to settings, system, and scroll down and put a about, or you can go to search, that one, type about your. So this is settings, right? I am closing these settings. Go to search like this. Go to search, type about your PC. About your PC. See this directly, it is going to about. So this same about only. Same data. Okay. Okay. Next, what is the another way to check the system configuration? Of course, system info 32. Like here it is. Go to command prompt. System system info dot exe ms info 32 mm system dot exe. It is. This also will tell you some of the details like about your operating system and which build version it is. Okay, what is processor, installed processor. Okay, 64-bit OS. Okay, 64-bit operating system. What family it is? Not showing all proper details, but see total 12 GB RAM. Okay, my IP addresses. Hyper-V requirements. Virtualization is enabled or not in firmware. That is also shown. We cannot change from here. Compulsory, you have to go to BIOS settings. And another way is you can go to BIOS settings. There also you can check get the system configuration data. Okay. So this is the starting of your system thing. Okay, so it is not showing much bright color. It is there, but not showing in a colorful manner. See, it is date and time. This is the product name, processor, and memory. Hard disk information is primary installed showing battery, but hard disk information is not showing. Some BIOS settings will show, some are not shows. Directly. And the main screen only it shows everything. Some don't show. Okay, this is a BIOS setting part. How to go to BIOS setting and all, you will do it. Okay, so these are the main things to check the system configuration. Last one I will tell guys, this point I didn't tell previous batches because it's make you lazy. That's why I didn't tell. So we'll see that. Certain apps are there. You can use apps. You can use it. Example, CPU Z. Example, CPU Z. So another application is there, Spike, SPECCY. You can, this is good one compared to CPU Z, but I mostly use CPU Z earlier. So once you install and open, it is free download. You can do it. You can get your operating system details, CPU, RAM, motherboard, your graphics, your storage, and optical drive and things. So you're all getting in one single some memory shot. If you want to go to each and everything in the detail, also you can go for it. Everything is here. Your operating system, your CPU, your RAM, and your storage all are there, including graphic card. Okay, including
Excuse
your.
me, sir. These softwares are third party or Microsoft only?
This is third party. This is third party. Okay, this is a third party. Earlier, which we have seen directly built in Microsoft tools only, but this is third party one. Okay, so this is it. This is about your how to check system configuration, but how to check is completed. And I told what is your system configuration, what are the things you have to tell, but how to tell what is your system configuration. Okay, so what is my CPU? My processor is Intel processor, i5 processor, i5 3230M, which is based on my previous details. Okay, 3230M. It is a 64-bit processor. It is a 64-bit processor. Next, the clock speed is 2.60 gigahertz clock speed it is. It contains 2 cores, 4 logical processors. Or also some people tell same thing like a 2C 4T type means 4 threads. Okay, and of course one is missing 3 MB cache memory. Cache memory L3 cache memory is 3 MB cache memory. Next, my RAM is 12 GB RAM, DDR3 RAM it is. Of course, 1600 megahertz frequency. I have a hard disk that is 500 GB hard disk. And my operating system is Windows 10 Home Edition only. Of course, same 32-bit and 64-bit, or 64, 64, 32, 32 only. So 64 CPU means 64-bit operating system. If you have a GPU, then if you want to tell about your graphic card information, also you can tell you have a 2 GB, have a 2 GB dedicated graphic card. So you would have dedicated graphic card, or you can integrated graphics or dedicated. Okay. So this is how to tell an answer for a what is your system configuration. What you are all guys do, I don't know how you check the system configuration. Put all the details in your PC, in your notebook. Okay. If any time anybody asks what is your system configuration, you must know it. And why we should know our system configuration. Not guys, we are all training, teaching, showing things mainly for work related and useful for our daily related also. Okay, not only someone will ask interview question, for that one we no need to prepare. So that is we preparing a subject. You will ask a question, so you have a subject, then you will answer it. Okay, so that's why always not put it into the interview question or not. Important is why should we learn this thing. The first point
Sir,
is, yeah, tell me.
sir, is L3 is the main cache memory that we have?
L1, L2, L3, three cache memories are there. built inside a CPU. I have written only L3 cache because
L3 cache.
yeah, L1, L2 are basically standard cache memory, very low memory and standard. It is won't change frequently.
Okay.
And why to check? Why to check the system configuration? For example, you want to install an application. For example, you want to install a okay. Wait, this is SolidWorks is one column is there for SolidWorks is uh, what is the column? So the cookies window is covering the screen. It makes you to compulsory yellow cookies. Okay, that is the internet frauds. Okay, trending searches. This is my searches. Delhi Chandni Chowk fire. IEX share buyback. These are the trending one. Yes, buying news. Okay. The point is any application you want to say big application. I want to install MS Office 2019 student version or a home edition kind of stuff. Yeah, very good. This is what I want. I want to install this application. System requirements. Guys, there is two things. One is minimum requirements and recommended. Okay. So it is processor, RAM, how much RAM you want it, how much OS it is kind of stuff. See the system configuration selection window. What it is. Microsoft have become more worst nowadays. Your Windows, right? So 1.6 gigahertz or faster. Minimum 2 core processor is required. So if you are want to install in Mac OS, also we can able to install, but you need a Intel processor for that. Okay. So 4 GB RAM and 2 GB RAM means if your system is 64-bit, then definitely your RAM minimum 4 GB RAM required. Hard disk 4 GB available space is required. This is the screen resolution, minimum screen resolution requirement. Of course, you don't require any specific graphics. Minimum graphics like a DirectX 9 is enough. It is suitable for both Windows 11, 10 and Windows 10 other versions also, including Server 2019 and 2022. Okay. The browser supports also given here and .NET version also given here. Guys, when you are installing any applications, compulsory check the system configuration. Check minimum system requirements to install. To install any application, to install an application, so check the minimum requirements to install the application. Okay, you want to create or you want to run a virtual machine. What is we require? You must know available RAM. Next, if you feel your system is slow, check CPU and RAM. Okay. close apps which we currently not using. Okay. When you're checking CPU and RAM, so more button on CPU and RAM in task manager performance, remove background process, it improve the things. Your system is slow, then check your CPU and RAM. Your RAM consumption is more, better to close unwanted applications. See, this is my task manager. The task manager performance, everything is good. We don't feel much slow here. But see, CPU percentages up and down kind of stuff. Memory is 3.6 gigahertz, 3.6 GB memory. So currently I don't need this one. Then I close this one. So I close that application. See, it is improved a little bit. So many tabs are open here. So currently it is not required. Then better to close those tabs. Anyway, your only batch is there. I don't have any other batches after this. I will open it again. Unnecessary tabs, unnecessary applications will utilize your more disk space. I need other things. Your attendance is completed. Okay. Okay, when you close, see, it improves. If it is improving and it is also utilization should be reduced, available memory should increase. So that will tell us your system is running better. Okay, so don't worry, I will give you a break. Okay, so your system is slow, or maybe you want to install some application, or you want to open some application. So immediately you will understand, yeah, my system is not suitable for this one, better to not to install, better to not to run this particular application currently. Okay, uninstall applications if in case your system is more and more. Not only this point, guys, system slow, other reasons also, that is also we will discuss.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
sir, DDR4 it's a type of memory.
DDR4, yeah, in a memory, not memory, in a RAMs, in a RAM, there is a different type of RAMs are there. SDRAM,
Yes.
DDR1, DDR, DDR3, DDR4, DDR5, and I have a DDR3 RAM. So,
Okay, sir.
yeah, sometimes we cannot ignore the background noises. Okay, no problem. Okay, DDR1, DDR2, DDR1 is not there. DDR2, DDR3, DDR4, DDR5 is also came into market. So each RAM has their specific clock speed and specific data transmission, pin numbers, sitting order is also there. Okay. So guys, take a break. Take a 10-15 minutes of break. So then I will going to start off with that one. So take a 10-15 minutes of break.
Okay, sir.
So now it is 4:40, 4:55. Take 15 minutes. Even it is a 5 o'clock also no problem, but come back soon. Okay. So even if you are at risk.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. You are not audible. Hello.
I'm here only. I'm here, okay? Just waiting that people joined or not. Just a minute, I will upload this one to our morning batch. Still a lot of uploads are there. I have to sit another 1 hour today again. Okay, but actually I recorded, right? So why didn't I didn't stop recorded?